Hi loves, it's Lacey and welcome to our space. So today in our space, I'm participating in the DIY challenge that's being hosted by my friend Heidi over at Heidi Sonboul DIY. So what I'm going to be making today is a sign, and the first thing we're going to use is this big piece of plywood. It's a 1/4-inch plywood that I already had in my stash, and I've sanded it and stained it with 2 coats of polyurethane just in case I want to put this outside at any point. I'm also going to be utilizing this pumpkin placemat that came from Big Lots. Its regular price was $4, but I did get it on sale. I really like this because it's kind of a velvet texture on the front, and I think it'll be perfect for what I have in mind. I'm also going to be using this Dollar Tree sign that says Gather. It's made out of MDF. And I'm going to be using these beautiful napkins that I ended up picking up with my girlfriend Sheryl over at this place called Debbie's Dollar Store here in Michigan. Now, if you saw my last video, you already know that Sheryl is a new friend of mine, and she has her very first YouTube channel called Home Ridge Studio. I will also be linking that down below so you can go and check her out and tell her I sent you over there. Also, here I have some of the green leaves that were from a garland that I got from Hobby Lobby. I used it in my last video as well, and I have a ton of it left over. These red ones actually came from either Michael's or from Joann's, and I have some berry garland from the Dollar Tree as well. These are wooden square dowels from Home Depot, and they were left over from another project. So I cut them down, and we're going to be utilizing those to make a frame around our big wood piece. These, I don't know what size they are. However, Home Depot has them in various sizes, and you could use any size you like. I also have some Waverly wax in antique and some Mod Podge, and then I was thinking I might use some of this apple barrel paint in flamingo red, but I did not end up using it. So first of all, the very first thing I want to do is I want to take and utilize the wax on my Gather sign. I am placing the wax only around the edge of the sign, and I was using a sponge brush, but then I changed to a smaller brush so I could get into all of the intricate pieces. I was being very careful to make sure I didn't get any on the front of it at all, but then unfortunately I ended up having a little accident and knocking over the wax, and it did get on the front. So you'll see here that I decided just to go with it instead of scrapping this one and starting over, and I took a baby wipe and rubbed the wax all over it. It was faster process, but I really wasn't looking forward to how this was going to turn out. I thought for sure I wouldn't like it as much. Then I took the same antique wax and I did the same thing to all of the wooden dowel pieces. Now I already cut them to fit around the frame on my miter saw, and they're just straight cuts. I didn't bevel the edges or anything, and I'm going to coat them really well with the antique wax and then wipe a little bit of it off with another baby wipe, and then let all of the pieces dry completely. Okay, now that everything is all dry, we're going to take the Gather sign, and I'm going to decoupage the napkins on the front of them. And as you can see, these napkins came 2 for $1, and I really like them. I think they do really well for Thanksgiving DIY, also for fall. But I thought they might be a little too thick, and I didn't want it to hinder decoupaging it to the front of this. So I decided I'm going to separate the pieces into 2 and only use the front portion of the napkin. In hindsight, after I got the wax on the front of my Gather sign, I probably could have used both of the pieces and it would have turned out perfectly fine. So here you can see I have 2 separate pieces of napkin, and I decided to make them fit together better by taking off all of the leaves that weren't full leaves. I thought it would be more cohesive in the end, and then trying to put them together so that they fit a better pattern, and where I was not going to like double up the napkin in very many spots. it wasn't big enough for one napkin to fit over the whole thing, so that's why I'm doing this. I just wanted full leaves on there, and really you don't have to do this if your napkin fits completely. So next I'm using Mod Podge, and this is matte Mod Podge because I don't want it shiny, and it's just from Dollar Tree, and I'm using a generous amount of it. I watched my friend Kristen K do a whole video on decoupaging napkins, and I had planned to do this already with this project, but she said that the more Mod Podge that you use, the better off. So I am making sure I'm using quite a bit. And I'm just going to do the first section of the sign here because one napkin fits the first section really well, and then the other one for the back letters of it. So I'm just going to smooth that out and try not to have too many wrinkles on it. And then as you can see, I used a whole bunch on the other side, and I'm using the excess to go over the front side, because once you get it on underneath, you're going to want to cover it on top to make sure it adheres really, really well. And so that is what I'm doing here. Once we're done with that, then we're going to let this completely dry. We don't want it to be damp anywhere in order to take off the excess napkin from this. We're going to let it completely dry. So this is what it looks like when it's all done, and I'm going to take some scissors and cut off all the excess, the major excess around it, because we're going to be removing all that excess off of it. I'm going to turn it upside down and use one of my self-cutting mats, the smaller one I have, and an X-Acto knife. This is my Cricut one, and cut out the sections that are like in the middle of letters, like where the A is in the middle of that, and then the T and the H on here are touching each other, and we're going to cut out that. Then I'm going to flip it over on the other side, and any place that it stuck and it didn't come out all the way, I'm going to use my knife on. Being really careful not to cut the napkin on top of the sign. After I get done with that, I am going to take and just rip out all of the other thick sections. If it's all the way dry, you shouldn't have any problem with this. If you get impatient, you will rip the napkin off of the sign, so make sure it's completely dry. Once I do that, I'm going to take my favorite tool for sanding decoupage, which is a heavy duty nail file, like a emery board, not a metal file. This is an emery board, and it's a really thick one. I get them in a pack from Amazon to do my nails, and it has a coarse side and it has like a buffing smoother side. I'm going to use the coarse side first and then turn it over, and you can see I sped up the footage here, and use the finer side, the buffing side, and it does a really good job of getting this all off. I'm going away from the project. I slowed it back down so you could see. I'm going to do it away from the project and kind of sideways, and it gets it off perfectly. It is a little time consuming. It took me about 10 minutes to do the whole thing, but believe me, it's worth it if you want to do this. If you don't want to do this, you could always just paint your sign or stain it like I did and leave it stained with like the wax or actual water and stain. If you really have tricky parts, you can use like a rotary tool. I have my Ryobi rotary tool here, and that's what I'm doing to get all of the intricate places. So this is what it looks like when it's done. I have a little extra Mod Podge on the T there because it was coming up, but it's ready for the next step. And what we're going to do is I'm taking my placemat and I'm placing it on my self-cutting mat just because it has measurements on it. I want to make sure that I get this sign on here as close to straight as I can, level, and make sure I have enough room at the top here so all of my decorations will fit. So I'm using a little level here to make sure that I line the pumpkin up on the mat on the like numbers, and then I'm lining the level up to make sure I'm getting this as level as I possibly can for the sign. And I'm just using hot glue gun with Gorilla Hot Glue, and I'm going to glue this down to the pumpkin initially. And I'm just going to hold it over it and make sure it's touching the level, and that makes my sign pretty straight. Now I'm turning it over, and I'm going to use my Ryobi staple gun, and I'm going to feel around with my fingers where the back is and put some staples in it. to make sure that it stays on to this placemat really well. The reason I'm doing this is just in case I might want to put this outside of my house on my covered porch. I'm not sure that I will, but the weather may make it come off. And I don't want the piece to fall off. It's not heavy and it shouldn't fall off, but I just did it just in case. Now I'm going to put it back on my board and I'm going to measure the sides to make sure it's kind of centered, as centered as I can get it. And I'm going to pull it down just a tiny bit so I can get all of my decorations at the top. Because if you've been on my channel before, you guys know I'm extra. And I'm going to probably decorate it way too much. I'm also going to use my level, measure the bottom of my sign, which is straight, and then try to make this as level and straight with the bottom of the sign. And once I have that going on, then I'm going to glue it down with Gorilla Hot Glue with my heavy duty Ryobi glue gun. You guys know I love this glue gun. This is the only glue guns I use are the Ryobi ones. And so I'm going to use this and put a generous amount of glue down all around the entire sign. Then it's time to decorate. And basically you do this any kind of way you want. I'm going to start off with this velvet red leaf. And I'm using this little spatula so I don't burn my fingers. I learned that from my friend Sheryl over on Home Ridge Studio too. I caught on for that to use this one. And it really helps for hot glue. I'm also going to put some green ones on from that garland from Hobby Lobby. And then I have some leftover little decorations in my craft stash. This has a pine cone on it and a little oak leaf. So I'm going to tuck some of those in with some hot glue. I've got some of that berry garland that I'm going to use. I'm going to put on here. I also do believe that I put on some more green leaves at some point here by the stem and some under the red because I'm extra. You guys know I'm extra. I have this eucalyptus from Dollar Tree in this really pretty burgundy color. So I'm going to take off some stems of this and I'm going to glue them down. I don't know when to stop when it comes to decorations. So, you know, this is going to have way more than it actually needs on it. And I just think when I like it, I stop and that's what you get. I'm extra. We've gone over this before. So here's the berry garland that I'm going to use. I cut off some pieces. I wrap it around my finger to make some little twisty curly cues. And I just tuck it in where I think it might need something extra. I can already tell you, I know I put more green leaves on this. And I just keep doing it until I think it looks full enough. And then it will be done. There you go. More green leaves go in there. Some more eucalyptus go in there. And then finally, I think I'm satisfied with it. So now we're taking some Gorilla wood glue and we're going to be assembling our frame. That's what these pieces are for. I have two short pieces that go on the sides and two long pieces that one goes on the top and one goes on the bottom. I'm simply going to take the short pieces and put some Gorilla Glue on the ends of them and then glue them to the long pieces on the top and the bottom and tape them off with some painter's tape. It's simple as that. Gorilla Wood glue is really strong, and so this is going to make sure that the frame stays together, but I'm not actually gluing it to the wood piece. So I could always just pop the wood piece out and use the frame on something else. If I decide that I do want to put this outside on my porch after, then I will put some nails into the frame and make sure it's hooked together even better, just in case like it fell or something like that, and it will hold in the wood piece better. And I will do that with my brad nailer. But for now, it's holding together perfectly fine with just adding Gorilla Glue to the top and the bottom of each side of the frame. And then this project is completely done. I love how it turned out. I know the gather sign is a little different than I had anticipated, but I really like it. I didn't think I would. I wanted it to be brighter underneath so you could see the leaves really pop off of it on the gather sign from the napkin. But this way it looks kind of worn and vintage, and I really love that just as much. You could, if you messed it up like I did, sand it off and redo it and leave the backing on the napkin, and it would be a little brighter. But I'm really in love with it the way that it is, and I don't want to change a thing. So that is it for this DIY challenge. I want to thank Heidi for including me. I also want to thank you guys for being here. Remember, I'm going to put Heidi's channel and the playlist down in the description box. And also, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hang out with us for a while. And I will catch you in my next video. Bye, loves.